What's going on in your life personally? Are we in love? Are we dating? Are we out here being toxic and dating everybody? What's happening?
Right now, I am at a place where I don't want to have to argue with nobody, but I want somebody I can lean on. If that makes sense. But it's like it's so hard to lean on somebody. See?
Is that the team? Oh, wait. No caller ID.
Exactly.
Who is that?
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like somebody made the block list. Like
You're in the right place. It's Unpacked That with Miabelle. What's going on, y'all? I'm Miabelle. We're back with another episode of Unpacked That, and I can't wait to unpack her. Yeah. Skylar Blatt is in the building.
the biggest. What's up, y'all?
Real big. And let me tell you something. All the questions that I have, I've been having to shut up in the middle of our private conversation. Because, of course, I want to save all of this for the people. But I got to start off with gangster. You so gangster.
Right.
And I didn't know. Because at first, I'm hearing you and Chris Brown. I wake up.
Right.
And then when I dig deeper, I'm like, oh, hold on. Hold on. First and foremost, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and I'm happy to have you. How are you feeling? How is New York treating you?
I love New York. I ain't gonna lie. It's just so new to me. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a total different thing from back at home too. And like the other places I have traveled. You know, I travel a lot to like Atlanta, LA. New York is just like, I love the vibe. Like when I just come outside and it's hundreds of people just walking around.
Right.
Just doing so many different things going on at once. I love New York. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, especially around this time when the sun is out. Chaos is around, and it's good chaos, too.
Right.
So I'm happy you're here during this time in particular.
Right.
Now, a lot is going on with your career.
Yes.
You moving and grooving. You got a really hot song out right now. But before we get into the music, I do want to get into you and just your upbringing and everything that makes you black.
I love that. Well, I grew up in the West End, Cincinnati. That's like the downtown area. I grew up playing sports, of course.
Do you have siblings?
I have 5 other siblings.
Okay.
My mom had 6 kids, 3 boys, 3 girls. I'm the second youngest.
Oh, okay.
I'm the problem child.
Okay.
Of course. I grew up in the West End. I was playing sports, you know. I witnessed a lot growing up, good and bad, I would say. Like, you know, but it's like, it was like well needed. I'm gonna say the environment I grew up in, it was well needed.
Right.
It's like it helped me learn how to make better decisions.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like I learned how to make better decisions and start to like choose which route I wanted to take in life. Because it was like I seen a lot. I witnessed a lot of bad. So it was like, okay, do I want to be stuck in this or do I want to like
grow out
get
of
out
it?
of this?
Right.
Yeah. And it took time. It took a long time to grow out of, because like once you raised in a certain type of environment and everybody around you is doing the same thing, whether you go to this school or you living in this district, you know, like even if you living in the suburbs, it's the same stuff going on.
Right.
In my city. You get what I'm saying? You could be living in a $300,000 house 30 minutes away from the city and you still going through the same thing that I'm going through, like as a downtown kid. You get what I'm saying? So it was like the city is like, it was based on a lot of bad things that I feel like I'm just happy to be able to change the community.
Right.
Like
Absolutely.
I'm actually changing the community. I'm happy to be one of the people that's doing it because I grew up in the bad. So when you come from the bad, it's like easier to set an example.
Yeah.
Because they like, yeah, that's Skylar from, you know, like they remember me. Like, and they know I'm coming from the bad. I wear it well too. So it's like it was good. Like I can't even necessarily just say it's like it was all bad. It was rough. It was rough. It was good too at a point in time, you know. So
and you survived it, and that's why you're here today. Now bring that mic down just a little bit so it's not covering your face too much.
Just a little bit.
There we go, Cam. I hope we're great.
Got you.
Now, you say all of that, but I want to know a lot of the beautiful things too that kind of made you want to pull through and be that example that you speak of. You know, I know you're so musically inclined in both ways because when I hear you spit, Then you get soft. And I'm like, hold on. You giving us, I feel like there's so much more that we're going to get from you that we haven't yet, that it's almost like you're holding back to give us the real. Yeah. But giving us a little bit by little.
The tester. Because it's good. I feel like, okay, my melodic soft lane, it helps me be a soft person because I'm not really a soft person.
Right.
If that makes sense. I'm a Gemini, so it's like, exactly. You know, like, it's like I'm a hard head, but I got a soft behind. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But people only get the hard version of me. You only really gonna get the soft version of me if I'm like dating, if we dating.
Right.
And you rarely gonna get it. I gotta be really I gotta like you.
Rare?
Yes.
Even when you're dating?
Yes, I gotta like you for you to see this.
But that's what dating is.
Yes, I know, but some people don't like, you know, people like to play.
Right.
You know, so it's like, I can't give you the soft version of me and then you got the nerve to be playing with me.
Right. Then I'm at third you. See? Not you. I'm speaking for myself, okay?
Right.
I'm speaking for myself. Then I have to hurt you. So what are some of the things that made you soft and what made you want to dig into music in that way growing up?
Okay, I lost 2 of my best friends. That's what really like drove me to like commit to it. Like I would say commit because I was like testing the water with the music already, but once I lost them like at a 2-year span, like 2 different, like 1 year was 2015, then the next was 2017. So like within that period of time, I was really making a choice. Like, is this really what you want to do? Like, you know, because if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all out. I don't want to do it. And I feel like in my past, I did a lot of things. By choice, though. Not like it was just, I wasn't giving it my all. It was like, I don't want to do this no more.
What were some of those things?
Like sports, for instance. Like that's how I was so popular. I was popular from sports.
What did you play?
I played basketball. That was my number 1 sport. I cheered. I played softball.
Oh, you was in there.
Flag football, yeah. Like I was into sports, like all year round. Like so, I was one of those kids. Like I started dating a little late, like because I always was into sports. I had no time to be on social media.
You were always at practice.
Yeah, like you know, I couldn't get my nails, my hair done. Nothing was like it was just like I got practice all week. Like,
right.
You know, so that was like me losing them was like for sure the number 1 thing that made me like, okay, I'm committing to music. This is what I want to do. Like that was all the softness I needed, honestly.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Losing somebody will really, really, really put life into perspective for you. Where it's like you either feel like you can't do it anymore or you have to do it to the best of your ability because it's so short. So I'm happy that you were on the other end of that because it's tough.
Yes, real hard.
Yeah. Now, what about the musical influences? Who were you listening to around this time, and who kind of put the bug in your musical ear to say,
get in my bag?
Yeah.
Around that time, I was like heavy on Future.
Oh my gosh, you so toxic, girl.
Yes.
Gangster, toxic.
Yes. I was on Future, like full-blown Future, like especially within them years, 2014, 2015, you know, I was like, it was a lot of people I was listening to at the time, Young Thug, Meek Mill, like Nicki, of course. You know, it was a lot of people, but I feel like who had like a big impact on what I was doing was Future. Because it was like, I studied how he did it. Like you just, once you listen to an artist for so long, I'm the type, I'm studying it. Like, oh, you notice he started doing this? He just started doing this on this album.
Right.
So, you know, I kind of studied Future. And, like, that's when I started getting in my bag with, like, the melodic stuff as well. Because it's like, now I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to see how far my reach can go in the studio. So I was number 1. Like, Future was, like, my number 1 person who I was up studying.
Wow. And what did your family say when you decided to take music seriously?
It's not really like I even told them, right? I just started doing it. They was really hearing about it from the streets. I'm a person, I don't be talking.
Right.
I don't tell people what I be having going on.
You are so Gemini. Oh my gosh.
Like, I never told my mama, like, I'm about to do music.
Right. Did you let her listen to anything so she at least knew that you had it in you? Nothing.
No, they just heard it from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like I'm the type of person like I love hard, but it's like I give tough love.
Mm-hmm.
It's like strictly tough. Like and I still to this day be like wondering like why am I like this?
Right.
Like I'm still trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Like so it's like I never even told nobody.
Wow.
Like I never told none of my siblings or nothing. They just synced it.
Any close friends?
Yeah, my friends.
The people who were with you outside. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like my friends that was with me, they knew because they was there.
Right.
Type of thing. If they wasn't there, I probably would have never told them either. You get what I'm saying?
Who told you were hot and said, yo, this shit fire?
My friends.
Okay.
And then like once I started doing like freestyles, I made a Facebook and I started putting it on Facebook. And the streets was telling me like, excuse me, Facebook was telling me like, and then now it got to the point where when people would see me, it was like, bro, you been rapping, like you need to keep rapping, like, because now they synced it. It's like I'm giving it to the public.
Right.
Like, I feel like I gave it to the public before I told my mom and them about it. Like, that's crazy. Now that I'm saying this to you, that I'm realizing that it happened like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that confirmation from the outside first. You know, sometimes the inside is harder to break that shell because they know a different version of you, you know? And I think, hey, it'd be like that sometimes. But I bet they all on board now, like, wow. I love that. Yes. When did it become real for you? Who kind of brought you in to where it was like, okay, we're about to really be steady on this and stay focused in the studio and really put these projects together so we can do more?
I really went through a lot of this journey like by myself. I was the type to record by myself. Like I never had like session full of people. Like I was never like, cause I was taking it serious.
Or a big homie who found you and said, nah, I'm gonna like, wrap my arms around her and make sure she's good with all this.
No, like wow. I built this up from scratch, like on my own when I first started, like the first 6 to 7 years. You see what I'm saying? I've been rapping for 10 years.
Yeah.
So the first 6 years, I'm doing it dolo. Like I'm in the studio alone. Like that's just how I trained myself, because I trained myself that way because like, if you get used to something like, oh, okay, we're gonna all go to the studio and then people stop coming, that might build your courage to feel like, yeah, I ain't going. Like everybody ain't going to the session. Just like sort of like going to the gym. If me and you start going to the gym and then I stop, or if you stop, I'm like, my partner ain't going on. Like
right, it changes things.
It'll change. So it's like I train myself like, no, I'm going by myself. So when people do come and go, it doesn't bother me. The support is all right here. Me and the engineer, like,
Yeah.
So I did everything alone for so long. Like I made people really had to respect it too, because everybody knew. They watched it happen. It's people that didn't believe in it.
Right.
It's people that was there that could have contributed or believed in it that didn't. Now they looking at it like, wow.
Like she really still going.
Like,
and now it's serious.
So it's like, I went through a lot of that because I did everything alone. But I'm the type, I understand people. Like, I understand life. So it was like, I don't even fault people for some of the stuff they do, because it'd be like, I'm on a mission to the point where I need me to be the one that's on board.
Ooh, yeah.
For real. Like, it's like, I understand people. People change. People switch. Things happen. This is real life. And on top of people going through what they going through in their own life, it's a big thing to just put your life on hold and just say, I'm about to go over there with Skylar. Because it's no telling what you're going through.
Right.
So I never really faulted people for... that even the ones that I felt like they could have helped or something like that, I never faulted them. Like,
yeah, you didn't take it personal. And that's
because it was like, it was me. I was betting on myself.
Right. Wow. Sometimes it takes people a lot to get to that space though. And it's a beautiful thing and a beautiful space to be in because it's all on you. You're not putting that on nobody else. You're not taking it personal. And that, I bet, relieves a lot of stress from other people, too, because you're not taking it personal. It's for you. At the end of the day, it is for you. So that's really cool to know. Now, Skylar, where do we get the name from? Because it's not your government, and you told me that. I'm not going to ask you for your government now, but how'd you get Skylar Blatt?
One of my best friends, the one that I said had passed away, we, like, when I first did the freestyle, he was like, yo, you got to do this. Like, you got to keep doing this. So we was all coming up with the name. I'm like, I can't use my real name. Like, somebody already got that name. So.
Okay, now you got to tell me what is it.
It's Sade.
Oh, Sade. Yes. I love it. I love Sade, too. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so it was like, I can't use her name. Like, I love her.
Right.
I'm happy that I got the name like her. So he was like, coming up with names. He was like, you look like a Skylar. It kicked me. He crazy. He tripped me out. He was like, you look like a Skylar. So I was like, yeah, I like that. I like Skylar.
Yeah.
It's cute, like Skylar. It's different ways you can say it. I was like, yeah, we gonna roll with Skylar. And I just stuck with it.
And what about the Blatt?
The Blatt, we was listening to Young Thug, like, this probably was like 12 years ago. We was heavy on it though, like heavy. So, it's this little saying, we used to, like, that's how we used to greet each other. Like, Blatt, 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 Blatt. Like, we used to say it real quick. Like, you could be all the way down the street.
Right.
And I'm yelling at, and you gonna look up and see, like, it's like how we greeted each other. Like, so I'm like, all right, I'm going with Skylar Blatt.
I love that.
Like, literally, like, we just combined them two moments and put them together and brought the name together. And I just been with it ever since.
And when was this? How long ago was this?
This was 2014.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning.
Yeah, because it was like, I can't use Sade. But
wow. I love that. So when did it become real? Like, when you said, I'm not doing anything else but music.
Got you. It's crazy.
Because it's working for me.
I would say like 2020.
Wow.
Because I had like stages where my real life was still kind of like messed up, but I was still like fighting through it. Like, all right, I'm still going to do the music, but I still got to eat. I still got to survive out here, So I was like in a stage where it was like, oh, it'll get bumpy sometimes. Like, because I was doing it by myself from 2014 to 2021.
Were you working a lot of odd jobs?
Like jobs?
Odd jobs?
No.
No? Okay.
I had one job in my life.
What was it?
I worked at City Gear.
Really? It's a clothing store over there?
A shoe store.
Okay.
I worked at, it's a store called City Gear.
One in your life?
Yes, I had one job in my life.
This the best job, huh? The one that you got now?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yes, amazing. Amazing. For real. Like, but yeah, 2020, I would say I started like, this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
And I had to accept that. If you gotta miss out on certain things and, that's just what's going on. You're gonna just dedicate yourself to this. So it was like, I was cool. I was accepting the fact of missing out on certain things.
Right.
Like, sometimes you gotta miss out to receive later though. Like, and that was something that I had to accept. I'm always the type of person like, you will know you need to be doing something. Like, I need to be doing this. Like right now, I need to be in the gym, right? I'm still eating stuff that I know I shouldn't be eating. But like the next time I see you, the conversation gonna be different. I'm gonna be in that gym.
Right.
For real.
No, I know exactly what you mean too. You know what you're supposed to be doing. It's just a matter of when you're ready to do it. But you're gonna do it.
Exactly.
Right. You're gonna have to do it.
Ain't got no choice.
Right. And that's what happened with the music. Now, within this 10 years, what would you say are some moments that kept you going in the beginning? Because I know where you are now is such a huge moment, too, because we're hearing you in such a different light, and it's forcing the audience, I feel, to go back into the stuff that you were doing before. Because now I'm listening to Black Season and I'm trying to figure out what was going on before now, So what are some heights that you went through? within that 10 years where it's like, ooh, okay, I got something next. What's next?
I would say 2017. I had this record called I Can Tell. That was like the first record that like went broke in the clubs, the radio station, and like back at home, like the kids, like the kids love me. Like it was like my first. I felt like, okay, all of this work I'm putting in is starting to show.
Right.
Like the results are coming. Like I would say 2017, that was like my first year where I was like, okay. Like everybody familiar with Skylar, like when they see me, they're like, oh, you Skylar Blatt? Like, like it was, I felt it from the city. It was the support from the city, I would say. Like 2017 for sure. Another moment, 2019, Meek Mill had reached out.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like, I got a co-sign from Meek. Like all my breakthroughs, they kind of was like years apart too. Like, and sometimes I felt like dang, like it's taking a while, but it gotta come through. But a different type of blessing. So I would say like 2019 when Meek Mill, for sure, that was another one. Like he invited me to the Grammy weekend,
wow,
and stuff like that. Like, and I'm just in there partying with all of these people. Like, I met all these people, like Jay-Z. It was all type of people,
right?
So that right there, that was another one. That was a serious one, like, because it was like it went from my city supporting me, and then it went to like I'm at the Grammy,
right?
And it's everybody in here. Like,
wow,
it's a Grammy party. It's everybody you can think of in here. And I'm just in here just rocking out, like, it was crazy. It was amazing. That was another moment that was amazing.
Yeah. There's so many people, as I went back listening too, I'm like, the support that you're getting, especially from these other artists who spit. I'm talking about Bezzo, Babyface Ray. Like, huh? For you to be on a joint with them, that means they really trust your lyrical ability and really think that you're thorough. And that's why when you walked in, I'm like, what's up, gangster? I already know what it is. Because the streets is respecting it. Now, how does it feel to really, these are your peers now, and you going bar for bar and making music with, people who are really respected, and they respect you and your craft. What is that energy feeling like? It goes beyond the streets of Cincinnati.
It's amazing, like, and it's so crazy because the reaction when I be in the studio with him, like when I actually did that record with Babyface Ray, we had sent it to him, and like we was on our way to the studio where he was at to record.
Okay.
And when we got in there, he was like, yo, who is that on the verse? Like, who is that? And I'm a type, like, when I first meet, like, a group of people or something, I'm going to sit back and observe. So it was like, when I came in, I was just quiet. They're like, who is that? They all pointing at me like, that's her. Like, he was looking like, what? Like, he couldn't believe it. Like, that's her. Like, so the reaction, I love that reaction. Like, I was
that
just like,
was my reaction to everything.
Yeah, like, it was like, he was like, what? He was like, that verse, he's like, that made me get on there. Like,
right.
we was at a point where we was sending him records to see if he wanted to get on. He knew, of course, he was going to do the feature, but he was like, that verse right there, that made me get on there. Like, so I love that. That was the moment when I was like, yeah. And it was a studio full of people, too. I'm like, yeah, that's turn.
I got that, right?
That was turn. And then Bezzo, he actually came to my city when I did that song with him. So he was there, we was kicking it, we out there kicking it. We playing records for him, but he like, dang, like, like I love to see people reaction when they hear it. He like, damn, like, like it's just it'd be amazing to me, like that's crazy. Cause these are other hot artists. So it's like, yeah, I'm popping.
Absolutely. And they're so about the craft. What I love about those guys, too, is they don't really care about the industry aspect of it. Like, they going to do it regardless.
You can tell they love music.
Yeah, and the streets respect it. And they respect, the real. So that's really, really, to me, I think that right there solidifies a lot. Now, even without that, you got some joints. I'm listening. I'm like, hold on. John Wick is one of my favorites. Yes. I'll say that. But even going back to Black Season, and, that's where I heard a lot of your melodies to prep me for Wake Up with Chris. So when I went back to listen, I'm like, okay, this is where she was bringing all of that in. Now you got a joint, Freak Thugger.
Mm-hmm.
What's the relationship with him? And I know that you said, back then, this is what you were listening to. Blatt was the thing. That's how we got your name.
What? We was on Young Thug so bad.
Yeah.
We was on Young Thug. My relationship with him, see, I've been a real, like, diehard Young Thug fan. Way before he was, like, like a huge artist. We was listening to him when, like, I was in high school. A lot of people didn't even know where I'm, like, in my city, they didn't know who he Young Thug was. Right. Like, we was on Young Thug a long time ago. So once I finally actually got the chance to talk to him, that was another, when you asked me,
those moments?
Yeah, that was a moment. Oh my God. That moment right there.
Where were you? Like, what year was this? What was happening?
It's so crazy. This was 2 years ago. Because he went to jail the next week.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this was 2 years ago.
The next week?
Kid you not. I'm sick. I'm in the house. I'm sick. I'm like feeling this one, like COVID and all this stuff. So I'm in the house feeling like I got it. Like, damn, do I got COVID? Like, I'm sick. So Vito, that's one of Young Thug's boys. He knew a lot of people from my city. He was like, hit me up, like, yeah, Thug, he want to talk to you. Like, he want to talk to you. He trying to sign you, but I'm so sick. I don't even, when you sick, you ain't got the energy for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of them.
At that time,
yeah. I'm like,
that was
bro,
serious too.
Like, it wasn't no normal cold. It was like,
hold on.
If I don't get better tomorrow, I'm going to the hospital.
Right.
Like, it was one of those. So I was in bed so sick, like, to the point I couldn't get up. So I'm like, I'm gonna call. I'm talk. I just couldn't do it. So I go to take a bath. I'm in the bath trying to just sweat everything out. I'm trying to figure it out, right? They call me. They FaceTime me. It's Vito. He like, Thug trying to holler at you, like, he called again. He must have been right there with him the entire time.
Yeah, because he's like, what's up?
Yeah, it was like a period. They was separate. The time periods were like, not close. So he like, yo, he trying to, I'm like, I got you. I'm in the tub. I'm going to call you as soon as I, get out of here. Boom, I get out the tub. I'm getting dressed. I'm on my way to get some medicine. At this point, it's getting worse. As soon as I get in the car, he FaceTimed me. It was Thug on the phone. He said, what's up, man? What you want? That's the first thing he said to me. He like, what you want? Like,
damn.
Whatever you want. Like, whatever you want. Like, I even got that on camera too. It was so crazy. Like, I couldn't believe it. That moment right there, I felt like I wasn't sick when I was talking to him.
Right.
I kid you not. Like, I didn't even feel sick.
It just came out your body.
I kid you not. Like, my voice, you can tell I was sick on the audio, on the video that I got. Like, you can hear I'm sick, but when I was talking to him, I didn't even feel sick no more.
Right.
Like, that's how much I love dude. I was like, bro, what? Like, I'm just yelling the whole time, so that experience right there was crazy. Yeah. He like, yeah, you and your guys come down here, like, whatever you want. Like, that's all he kept saying, whatever you want. Like, that was amazing.
Wow. So, of course, you had to dedicate a joint on, Blatt season to really, really show that love, and I think it's great.
I actually wore a Young Thug t-shirt too in the video with Chris Brown.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a birthday gift. I wore that in yeah. I wore that in the video. I had to represent.
Free Thug, for real. I think it's gonna happen. But Chris Brown, Wake Up. When Sav hit me about you originally, every time we talk about music artists, it's always excitement because he loves everyone that he works with and, of course, believes in it, on another degree. And he's like, yo, you got to hear this shit. This is crazy. Sent it to me, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening? He's like, yeah, that's that. And I'm like, yeah, that is that. So when he hit me to tell me that you were in town, I'm like, oh, yeah, let's make it happen ASAP. How did this collaboration come to play? And I just want to know the process of it all because you are coming to us real soft in a way that I wasn't, like, when I went back to listen to your catalog, I'm just like, okay, I'm getting variety now. So, yeah, talk to us about that record, Wake Up.
the Fuck Fame record was going like viral on Instagram.
And you giving us a whole nother vibe on Fame. Fuck Fame.
Yes. It's like it explains the Gemini.
Yes.
Me. You know, like my music explains the Gemini in me because everybody go, oh yeah, you guys are so flip flop and you know, like, and it's like in the music it speaks. Like so Fuck Fame was going viral and Chris Brown he reposted it. So he reposted it. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I woke up one day, my notifications going crazy. So I check and it's Chris Brown. I DM him. I'm like, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate that, you know, stuff like that. Like, cause he didn't tag me, but he posted me. Like, that really let me know, like, yeah, he's fucking with me.
Right.
You know, like, excuse me. So I wrote him. I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. He wrote me, he sent the prayer hands back. So him and Lil Baby had a tour coming up in Cincinnati like a month or two later. I went to the tour. I'm literally at the show. I'm vibing out. I'm probably an hour into the show. I text, I said, oh, yo, I want to come back there and get some pictures. Like, so he wrote me back like 30 minutes later. He was like, he said, I'm gonna send somebody out there to come get you. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like, so I'm just chilling. I'm still enjoying the show. I'm still enjoying the show. I say probably like 30 minutes later, my DJ Fresh came and got me. He like, yo, he waving me down. Like, I go back there. So now I'm watching the show from the backstage. I'm waiting on them to get done and stuff. We watching the show. We go upstairs. He was getting dressed, you know, so we was all in the hallway just waiting on him. We went in there, we was just vibing out, like, you know, I spoke. It was like a greet, but we wasn't doing too much talking. It was a lot of people in there.
Right.
So,
and I'm sure it's hectic, the show, everything.
Yeah, you know, you want to give him his space. He just did 2.5 hours. Like, I ain't finna be like, hey,
and full out,
thank you. Yeah, like, I'm not trying to be, and you dancing and singing.
Right.
Like, so I'm not
and could hold his own. Chris don't need nobody else there.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, I ain't gonna be all up in his space. Like, let him breathe and get his shit together. They had an after party after the concert, so I rode on a bus with them to the after party.
Okay.
So we on a bus, we just kicking it. He like, yeah, put that Skylar Blatt on, like that's her, like, you know, introducing me to all the people. So we on there just watching Fuck Fame video. We just watching a few Skylar Blatt videos. We just vibing out. But I'm still in a moment where it's like shocking, like,
right,
dang.
like that's Chris Brown. This is
crazy.
Like
I'm like ain't thinking about pulling my phone out or nothing. It's just like I'm living in the moment. So we get to the after party. He like, that's where we started talking at. Like, he was like, yo, like, I love your music. Like, I fuck with you. Like, keep going. Like, you know, the industry different now. Like, he like, it's just so different now. Like, but he like, keep going. Like, you make sure you do exactly what you're doing, you know? Like, and he was just letting me know, like, I got you. I support you. Like, I'm here. Like,
right.
So then he was like, yeah, we gonna work too. Like, give me your number. We gonna work. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is my nigga for real. Like, 'cause he didn't have to say that. He didn't have to. He could have just gave me that motivational advice
and left it at that.
Like, you know. So once he was like, give me your number, we switched numbers and we locked in. We partied. We finished partying. But a couple weeks after that, I made the Wake Up record. I told my engineer, I'm like, I'm sending this to CB. Like, he like, go ahead. Like, you know, so I sent it to him. I was like, let me know what you think about this. Like, I want you on it if you fucking with it. Like, he wrote me back. He said, yo, Wanna Wake Up is fire. Like,
yeah.
He like, this is fire. Like, he was just, you know, he was just going good. So he called me a couple hours later, like, it's literally 3 a.m. in Cincinnati. I'm asleep. It's a weekend too. I wake up, it's Chris Brown. I'm like, oh shit. He like, yo, like, don't put it out. Like, that shit is fire. Like, don't put it out. So I'm like, okay, like, I ain't gonna put it out. Like, we get off the phone. He texts me. He like, do not put it out. That's okay. I'm like, oh yeah, he did serious. Like, he's serious. We just got off the phone. Like, I'm like, he's serious. So, another thing, when he was on that, they were still on the tour. Okay. So they went from Cincinnati to Columbus, I believe. And my nigga Hoodie, he had called FaceTime me, like when they went to Columbus the next show. They was up there, like, you know how you in the back waiting to go on stage? They back there. I had just dropped a mixtape. They was playing it. Like, Chris was playing my mixtape.
Backstage
like warming
while
up.
Getting, wow.
Yeah, like, yeah, he was warming up to it. So that was another thing. I was like, that's turn.
Yeah.
But so after I sent him that record, a couple weeks went by. He was like, he had reached out. He was like, hey, I ain't forgot about you. I got you. I promise. Like, just let me know. Like,
don't put it out.
Yeah, don't put that. Hey,
hold on. Right.
So he had did that like 2 times, I believe. Then like the 3rd time he called me. A couple weeks went by, like probably like 5 weeks in total. He called me. He was like, "Can you talk?" I'm like, "Of course I can talk." Like, it's you,
right?
Your Honor, 1 second. This is Chris Brown. So he FaceTimed me for real. He FaceTimed me. He was like, listen to this. Tell me what you think. Like, so I'm on an E-way, but I'm like, what the fuck?
Right, hold on.
Like, hold on. Like, this is crazy. So I'm going down the E-way. He playing it, right? But I can't get the full listen to it because I'm driving.
Right.
And I'm going crazy.
Right.
On top of driving.
Right.
That's not good.
No.
So I'm like, hold on, I'm about to pull over. Like, I got off the nearest exit. I pulled over. I FaceTimed him. I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. I'm ready to listen one more time. Like, so he laughing and shit. He played the record, like, so now he like, yeah, that's the #1. Like, I told you that shit going, it's the #1. So I'm just going crazy at this point. I'm like, what the hell? What?
Yeah.
So we had that conversation. I was like, yo, I want to shoot a movie. This was in April, like that year, because my birthday was coming up that month later.
Right.
So I'm like, I want to shoot a movie. Like, he like, let me know. Like, I got you. Like, so we had wrapped that conversation up. Like a week later, I hit him. I'm like, I might come out there for my birthday. He like, just let me know the dates. I got you. Like,
regular. Boom. Oh, I like this a lot. Go ahead. Chris,
so,
a real one.
So I ended up staying home for my birthday.
Okay.
I had something at home. But the first week of June, I went out there. I called him. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming out there these dates. Boom, boom, boom. He like, all right, bet. He's like, that's all he ever. He was like, all right, like, I got you. So they had asked, like, what you need for the video? What type of, do you got like a concept? I'm like, I just want like a basketball court, Rolls Royce, just a fun run and gun type of thing. Right. We was using my videographer. So once we got out there, he was coming off a 24-hour rehearsal with Sierra.
Wow.
The night before. So once I got there, we just shooting around on the court. I'm just like, wow, I'm at Chris Brown house shooting hoops. This is crazy.
Very.
So he came out, we started shooting a video. Like, and it was so crazy throughout the time before I sent him the record. I would always wish him, we was wishing each other happy holidays and stuff like that. Because I'm that type. On holidays, I'm going through my phone texting everybody I love to, happy holidays.
I love that.
So it was like, we was already like building a bond. And then once we shot the video, it like stamped it.
Yeah.
It was like we at Chris' house. I met his mom, his son. It was just like, organic. It wasn't like forced. I wasn't like
it didn't seem that way either.
Yeah, I wasn't overstepping. I never overstepped. Like, like I know boundaries. I'm a human. So it's like I know how to do certain stuff. I took a chance. Of course, I'm going to take a chance. I'm never not going to take this chance with Chris. Like, I'm not about to not take the chance.
Right.
You said we gonna work.
I'm following up.
I ain't gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna wait on him.
No, I'm following up.
Because he gave me his word. So I ain't overstep. I gave it time. I worked on, I was in the studio. I felt like Wake Up was the record for me to send him.
Right.
Because I had Mass Records at the time. If I wanted to just be like, oh, let's send this to Chris. That was forcing it. I made a record. It was like, wow, this is a beautiful song. I'm sending this to a beautiful person.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And what is everyone saying based off of this? The video dropped. People are going crazy. Every time I hear somebody listening to it too, I'm like, okay, so you know what's going on. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Yeah. What is the reaction you're getting? Not only from, your people, but just the audience in general, because now that's introducing you into a whole the Breezy fans is crazy.
Right, yeah, it's a whole nother world. People be like in my DM, like, yo, I'm from South Africa. Like, yo, I'm from the UK. I'm coming from the UK. Like, it be going, like, people even start making remakes of the song. Like, the first week it came out, people tagging me in remakes of it. Like they've made their own version to the song.
Oh my God.
You know, like, so it's been a lot of good feedback. Like, even from, just different, I've been doing promo runs. So like the promo, last week I did a promo run in like 8 cities. Every city, it was just like mad love. It was like, like people support, and I love to see it.
Right. When you look back and you think about your journey and just getting signed too, and like, all the work that you had to put in to get to where you are now, which is really the beginning, even though it's not the beginning. It's the beginning of this, but you've been doing this for 10 years. And now, the way things are moving, it's like people will think that this just happened yesterday.
Right.
When you look back and you really think about it and you feel these moments, where do you want to take it? Or how far do you now see yourself taking it, being that you've come this far already?
I'm going to the moon. Like,
Right.
I'm taking it. I'm going straight forward. Like,
does everything feel possible now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because, like, I always believed in myself. But, like, you know how you look at it, like, yeah, I'm going to get a song with such and such, or I'm going to get a song with such and such. It's like I shot past all the such and such that I had that I had planned or that I wanted to work with. And I shot past every person that I thought I would work with and went straight to Chris. Like, and that's just, that right there, that just give me, like, another set of belief and keep me, because it's like, I knew I was, like, hot, and I've been putting in work for so long, even whether it was unnoticed or noticed.
Right.
I feel like Chris just came through, like, nah, like, I see it, and I got you. That's it. You don't meet people like that in this world. Like, you don't meet them type of people. So it was like, once that happened, it's like, yeah, I know God got something planned for me, and I'm just gonna fall through on my end, and just see where we go.
Focus. I love it. Now, you were independent for a long time.
Yeah.
How did the label deal come about?
One of my friends, Brandon, I've been knowing him since like 2011. They just like one day they came to me like, yo, like we wanna, I feel like everybody was at a point like trying to figure out something to do.
Right.
Like,
because you've been putting in that work.
Yeah, it was like, okay, we want to sign an artist, but then you go to look at the artists in the city, like, okay, who we gonna sign? I never been signed to nobody, so it was a lot of other artists that was like popping in the city, but they had like teams already. They already had people they done been signed with, or they already had somebody who was like invested into them. So it was like me, I had like a clean slate. I've been doing it 10 toes.
Dolly.
Yeah,
right.
Like I was 10 toes. Like I built my name off of me. So it was like, okay, but it was like I was the only female out of all the artists. If you had to pick from the artists, I was the only female. And at the time, females wasn't like booming like how right now we got the game on lock. Yeah. It wasn't like that back then.
Right.
Like, so it was like they probably was looking like, a lot of people probably was like, are you sure you want to sign her? Because it's like females they not booming.
Right, there was nothing to
like
really compare to.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing like, I feel like it was harder for a person to believe in a female artist than a guy. At the time. So me and my homie Brandon, we had linked up, and it was like, we went straight to the moon. It was like, not even like, we went through a lot of ups and downs. It was like, because we was learning. Everybody was learning. And then you got people that's going to always have a say-so. It's always, it be about coming together.
Right.
So it was like, we went through the journey of having to come together. And we agreed on something, we got to come together. Sometimes you agree on something with somebody and y'all ain't came together yet. So certain things be messing up. You know? Like you go through certain situations without, if we can agree on something, but we ain't came together on the agreement.
Right. Then
it's gonna always
not on
be
the
a
same
hiccup.
page.
So it's like, we went through the levels of having to come together. And then, we did that in 2021. I met Sav in 2022. Sav reached out in 2022. So it was like, I was fresh with my situation with Brandon. Yeah. And then Sav had came, and we was still all like fresh. We was still learning. It was a whole lot that we had to learn from from 2021 to now. It was so much that we had to like learn.
Wow. And now you're on this new journey. And
it's amazing. I'm still learning. I want to learn too. Like I'm very curious. I'm a curious person. So it's like I'm the type, I will do something and know like, dang, that might be a bad outcome. I'm like risky. So it's like I want to go through this just to see if I like it or see if I don't like it.
You want to feel it.
Or see what I don't like about it. And so I can be able to talk about it.
Right.
I like to go through good stuff and bad stuff. So seriously. So it
you have to.
So it can give me something to talk about.
Right.
Because it's like, I feel like with music and being creative, it'll get boring if you ain't got no toxic.
Right.
Nothing toxic going on in your life.
So what's going on in your life personally? Are we in love? Are we dating? Are we out here being toxic and dating everybody? What's happening?
Right now, I am at a place where I don't want to have to argue with nobody, but I want somebody I can lean on, if that makes sense. But it's like it's so hard to lean on somebody. See?
Is that the team? Oh, wait. No caller ID.
Exactly.
Who is that?
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, somebody made the block list. Like, you know, but I'm in a space where, like, because I love. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But I'm the type, if I want to say something once, I don't want to have to say it again.
Right.
And that's like, everybody feel like that. So it's like I'm in a space where it's like, oh, I'm dating, and then some days I'm not.
It depends on how you feel,
Yeah.
or how that person
or how
is
they
coming
making
at
me
you.
feel.
Right.
Like, however you making me feel. Like,
is what it is.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Either we rocking or we rolling.
Right.
You see, but like, we ain't doing both.
So once it starts, okay, I understand. So you don't stick around for the plot when things get a little shaky.
Not necessarily stick around, because none of my situations has never left me alone.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, I'm always cool with my, you know, like, I'm a good person. So, and I deal with good people. I like good people. I only can date good people. But it's just, you got to be able to understand me or nothing's going to work. Right now, I'm not in the space to be in a relationship, because, like, that's a job.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm already at a job right now. I barely can sit down. I can't go with you.
Right.
You know, it's just not the time for that.
Yeah. This is time for fun. And honestly, things don't always have to be that. As long as you're enjoying somebody's company and their presence for what it is in that moment, I think, you know, those are the best things that we can do. And just keep it moving that way until you have the time to invest into someone.
Yeah.
But as long as all of the encounters are great, what can anybody be mad at?
Or, yeah.
I ain't gonna say all that. I require some things, but in the same breath, I'm all about experiencing humans for where they are in their life and, you know, whatever the situation is. And for me, as long as it's pleasant, that's all that matters. Give me the vibes. Once the vibes start going left, then that's when I'm like, I'm good. So I completely understand where you are in this space. And, you know, right now, focus. Game time. Because the streets is talking. Now, before you get up out of here, new music.
Yes.
When is that coming?
Up soon. Me and the team is actually coming up with the dates. We coming up with which records, you know, a project coming, of course. We in the gym right now. We just in the gym. We trying to come together, you know, bring everything together and just figure out the perfect rollout.
Yeah. And with everything that you have out now for people to dig into, what is the messaging that you really want people to get from you as an artist?
That you can do it. You know, continue to keep going, continue to keep believing, keep hope alive. You know, just never let nobody encourage you not to keep going, you know, or encourage you like, oh, that ain't working.
Right.
Don't keep doing that. No, keep doing it, even if it's not working. Like, because it's going to be a time where it's going to work. Yeah. And at one time that it worked can set it to the point where it can set you in a place where it's going to work forever. You know, so just continue to keep going.
Yeah.
Always have something to look forward to when you're waking up. You know, don't just wake up and don't got nothing you looking forward to.
Right. We only got one life, and it's not a lot of time.
Yeah, we only get one time to do this.
Wow, I love it.
Thank you.
Blatt Shaw, Unpack That with Miabelle. Thank you.
Let's get it.
You're in the right place. It's Unpack That with Miabelle.